left side. Every seat by the window. I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too. Slide your feet over. Everything by this window. I need this. All these seats. Move over. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, leap the weapons, leap the injections through out your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on the G. Good morning. Good morning. How we sounding, gang? What we got going on? Let me know you in the building. Good morning on this very, very beautiful, very fine Monday. Episode 6, gang. Listen, we are in a beautiful time. It's a time to be alive. How you guys feeling on your way to work or your way you just getting home from work? What's good? Let me see what we got going on. Let me see who's on the check-in. Another morning, gang. This going to be a good show, too, because we got so much happening, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The This, That, and the Third morning show, 8 o'clock. I'm here, gang. I am here. I am ready, and I am awake, and you are awake, too. We done showered, and we done shaved, and got this, that, and the third going on. I appreciate you in the building. Let me see who's in the building first. Let me see who's in the building. Homebody in the building. What's good? Let me see. Jawless, Jack Dance, Corey Lewis, Big Obi, The Journey, Toy in the building. What's good? Cookie the Snitch. I love it. I love that name, Cookie the Snitch. That's going to stick with me right there. Black Main, NYC. Let me see who else we got. PNW Niche, OGT Bella. Good morning. Peaceful Vegan Warrior. Another name I love. Let's keep it pushing. Gang, we here, man. It's one of them days. This going to be one of them ones, gang, because it's so much happening, right? A lot of people in the chat already saying good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Listen, it's a lot going on. It's a lot happened this weekend, gang. It's a lot happened this weekend. I know if you saw the title, right? You saw the title. Miss Hummins, what's good? You saw the title. Couch Potato, Beatrice's daughter, my bad. Lady T, Bing, Elevated Gamer. Gang, we're going to have a good show this morning because I want to talk about a few things that people aren't really talking about. One of the things I want to discuss is K-Dot. I don't know if y'all know that K-Dot is doing very well, right? One of the titles in our header is Kendrick is doing good. And I want to talk about what we don't talk about is how well this guy's really doing, gang, right now with his career, how well he's been doing. And just in the last 6 months without actually dropping any music, right? He released Baby Keem's album on his PGLang. He released a new artist named Imani. I want to get to Imani. I want to talk about how good K-Dot has had it in the last 6 months, and he ain't even doing nothing but just putting his nose down and working. You don't see him partying. You don't see him streaming. You don't see him nowhere fist fighting nobody. He ain't getting locked up, right? He ain't out here drunk on nobody's lawn. You know what I mean? K-Dot been just working, minding his business. This guy did a lot, and I want to discuss the movement he's been pushing, right? And I do want to talk about Imani. I want to talk about, just what he's been up to because the man don't get enough credit. Just went triple platinum, right? Triple platinum for those that don't know, 3 million total units sold, right? So we're gonna have that conversation. I also want to do something that may be a little sacrilegious. I want to discuss a little bit of the Knicks, right? It's the improbable Knicks run that they got going on. Salute to the Knicks. Not saying I'm 100% gang. I am nowhere near a Knicks fan by the slightest. I am a sworn enemy of all things Knicks since Patrick Ewing's, and since Reggie Miller, we call Reggie Miller the Nick Killer. I am 100% on the other side, gang. When Reggie Miller hit them threes to kill them Knicks, I was the first one jumping out my seat. But I do have to acknowledge, right? A lot of my extended family are Knicks fans, gang, and they waited a long time for this. They've been waiting a very long time for this, and I got to give them a salute because I think the Knicks are ready to do it. I know a lot of you are probably already in the comments talking about Challz. You don't know what you talk about. Spurs is six or some shit. I don't know what y'all gonna say, but end of the day, right? Done deal. Just said the Spurs gonna come back, but end of the day, I'm just gonna do this. I'm a salute. I'm gonna salute the Knicks for just 0-2 is 2-0 is crazy. Okay, 2-0 is absolutely insane. And like I said, I am 100. I get a nice warm fuzzy feeling in my stomach when the Knicks lose, gang. It's like eating a big giant plate of cream of wheat, a big bowl of cream of wheat with extra sugar, gang. I love to see it, but end of the day, I gotta listen. I didn't expect them to make the finals, gang, let alone be 2-0. So I want to give them their credit. I gotta give them their props. I gotta show them some love. And I want to talk about Homeboy who did it in a pair of Skechers. I want to talk about this Homeboy. OG Anube, right? Ananube. Let me know how to say this man's name. But Homeboy, I want to talk about this first, and I'm gonna get the Westside Gunn because Westside Gunn has responded to all the Conway did a freestyle, and it sounded like he's being critical of Westside Gunn and the whole Griselda's falling apart. They're talking about Jay-Z told Westside to give Benny and Conway 10%. He said no. Well, Westside saying that ain't true, so we're gonna get to that too, right? But I want to talk about I want to discuss this next situation real quick. Just get in some sports real quick, right? And just let's just talk about Homeboy because this is crazy. And like I said, my extended family, they probably losing their minds, right? We got a group chat, but I ain't putting nothing in the group chat about it in a while because I don't want to jinx it for them. So let them have their moment, right? But Homeboy right here, y'all can tell me in the comments how to say Homeboy's name. OG Anana boy, Anon boy. He made his NBA history in a pair of Skechers. OG, I'm gonna call it say OGA. You guys can tell me in the comments how to say it. OGA just became the first player to ever wear Skechers in the NBA Finals, and he's balling out at the same time. OGA became the first player to ever wear Skechers in the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks forward made that history while facing the San Antonio Spurs in the 2026 Finals. A Nano Boy officially signed a deal with Skechers in the summer of 2025. He wore the SKX Nexus in a blue, black, and white colorway during the series, clinching win over the Cleveland Cavaliers on May 25th. Then ahead of Game 3 at Madison Square Garden, Skechers revealed something new. He'll debut the Foreman SKX Rain, a player-exclusive style inspired by Timberland, who wore Timberland work boots during Game 3 of the finals. So, gang, he gonna have some Skechers that look like Tim's, gang. This is crazy. This is crazy. The Foreman features a wheat-colored upper shoe tone. Now I need the picture. Let me see. I got to get this picture of these damn Tims, gang. These Tims looking Skechers, gang. I got to get a picture. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find them. Is this it? Let me see if I can find them. I can't even. I got to find these sneakers. Let me see if I can find them because now I gotta, you know. Let me see if I can find these. This is hilarious. Some Skechers that look like Tims. The Foreman SK Rain. Let me do this. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this because I now I have to see it. I have to see this. Oh, they don't look like no daggone. Oh, yes, they do. Hold on. All right, I got it. Here they go. All right. So these some sneakers that look like Tims. All right, hold on. I got the sneakers. I got the sneakers. I'm trying to get a good picture because they don't look like that. But all right, so here go the sneakers that look like Tim's right here. All right, some Skechers that look like Tim's. Let me know if y'all jacking this right here. Let me know if y'all jacking this right here. So these are the sneakers that's supposed to resemble Tim's in a way, I guess. These are the sneakers. Yeah, it's just the color. It's just the color. Gang, I didn't know you could. They must be paying this man a serious bag, gang, to wear some Skechers. It's just gonna be honest. They're trying to change the culture, right? They're trying to change the culture of sneakers and make it cool to wear Skechers. We gonna see, right? We gonna see. Let me know in the chats, would y'all rock anything like this? Is this gonna work? Let me know, man. Stacy said she like them. Stacy has said, yeah, I like them. So Stacy will like them. So they could work, gang. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. McChill's son said, nah. Sosa said, never. Toy said, trash. Oh, no. OGT Bella said, they are not giving Tim's. They are not giving Tim's. Cookie said, no. Listen, it's a whole... Homebody said, they just look like some brown sneakers. Yeah, they shouldn't have said that. I don't know. And they don't mind me of Tim's like that. They don't mind me of I don't know what I'm expecting though. Right? What are we expecting? Like when they say a nod to Timberland, where? Like, hold on. Maybe I'm missing where? I don't see those and be like, what? I don't know. Jazzy said better than Crocs. P&W said they do look like every other basketball shoe, but Skechers is not it. Right? Let's see. All right. So anyway, let's move on. Big Obi said, no, sir. Not doing it. Not going to be able to do it. All right. So you know what? It sounds like y'all not really feeling them Skechers. Y'all not feeling them Skecher Tims, right? But Homeboy broke, not Westside. Homeboy broke, that was the first time anybody ever did that. Okay? Salute to the Knicks, right? He has gained, since he signed with Skechers, he has averaged 19.5 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 1.8 assists during the playoffs. The brand's visibility has grown alongside his postseason run. And the final stage put Skechers basketball in front of his biggest audience yet. So Homeboy is cooking, and he is out there doing it in a pair of Skechers. Gang, you gotta salute that. Even if we saying that they kind of, you know, off-putting, right? Some people like them, right? Jinjin said, minus the S, they look decent. If you take the S, if you take the Skechers brand, if you take the Skechers off of the Skechers, then they look decent. Jin said, just take the S off, then I can rock them. Let me see. The shoe is perfectly comfortable, probably comfortable. Stacy, they do look like some walkers. They look like you can walk in them. All right. The Carter 81 Skechers gonna be big in Africa. Yeah, they're gonna be massive. It's gonna be some people, especially older people. It's gonna be some older gentlemen that's gonna really, really gravitate and get those. They're gonna have trouble getting the kids in them. I'm gonna be honest. They're gonna do it. It's gonna take a couple more basketball players. They're gonna, sooner or later the kids will rock with it. But I want to talk about this guy right here. Right? Let me get to Dot. Because what's going on right now, right? We're getting a lot of talk about other rappers. right? And we're not even delving into other rappers, certain rappers today. Today is gonna be it's gonna be bubble bath free. We're not even getting into other rappers today. We talking about Dot, because allegedly the Dot era is over, right? Allegedly, right? Well, this is according to people who really want it to be over, right? But I want to talk about this because what's going on with the boy with K Dot, right? Your boy is working, gang. He's work. This is what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to work. You're just supposed to do the work. You're not really supposed to be trying to be this, that, and the third. You're not you're not. PNW said they're not walkers, and that's the problem. That's true. But you're really not supposed to. You're really just supposed to do the work, gang. And if you're doing the work the proper way, this is what happens. Real good things happen. So let's talk about this man right here. I want to talk about Dot. Let's just take a moment to understand what this guy's doing right now. He's doing very good. He's doing very, very good. I wanted to see just in the last 6 months, a guy that ain't dropped no music, a guy that doesn't have nothing, no scandals, no baby mama drama. He ain't out here tricking dudes with their baby mama, getting the money out of them. He just doing the work. And I say, you know what? Clap for him. Let's talk about it. So I just told you that he went triple platinum. Let's start there. Kendrick Lamar's album GNX has officially reached triple platinum status in the United States. GNX, released as a surprise in November 2024, has surpassed 3 million units sold in the US, making it eligible for triple platinum certification by the RIAA. The album achieved this milestone despite having no advanced singles, minimal promotion, and a compact 12-track format, highlighting its enduring popularity and strong streaming performance. Key tracks like Luther, SZA, Luther featuring SZA, Squabble Up, and TV Off have individually sold over 1 million units, contributing significantly to the album's overall certification. GNX became the fastest rap album of 2024 to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify, demonstrating its massive digital footprint. The album debuted at #1 on Billboard 200 and top charts in multiple countries, including Canada, the UK, and Australia. It earned 8 Grammys, winning 4, 8 Grammy nominations and winning 4, including Best Rap Album and Record of the Year for Luther. Okay? In short, GNX is not only Kendrick Lamar's commercially successful project, but also a culturally significant release. All right? So that's just that. He just went triple platinum, gang. It used to matter. Now it's so much noise in the air that people really glossed over that fact that he really went triple platinum, gang. Like, we're not even talking about a surprise release held on with just 12 tracks to go triple platinum. So I was like, all right, what else he do? What else did Dot do? Well, let's talk about that then. Let's get to that. All right, because he did a lot more than just GNX went triple platinum. All right, you heard about the Grammys and this, that, and the third. Two Grammys straight. Dot ended up walking out of there with something in his hands, okay? But let's get to it. Let's get to it. What else did he do? Let's talk about it. I just put in the last 6 months. In the last 6 months, Kendrick Lamar has won multiple major awards for GNX, broken historic Grammy and Super Bowl records, and achieved impressive streaming milestones. The most recent ones, he won Album of the Year at the BET Awards 2025 for GNX, marking his second time receiving this honor. The first time was 2018 for Damn. He also took home Best Male Hip Hop Artist for the 8th time, along with outstanding music video visual outstanding music video visual album, an outstanding hip hop rap song at the NAACP Image Awards, totaling 5 trophies out of 10 nominations at BET. His Grammy Awards at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards, GNX won Best Rap, and Luther won Record of the Year and Best Melodic Rap Performance. And TV Off won Best Rap Song. All right, so let me continue. He broke some records. His 2025 track, Not Like Us, won 5 Grammys, the most ever for a rap song, including Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, and Best Music Video. No rap song had previously achieved 5 Grammy wins, gang. This is all Dot off of music that he made and dropped it on a surprise drop. All right. He did the Super Bowl halftime show. His performance drew 133.5 million viewers, making it the most watched halftime show in history, surpassing Michael Jackson and Rihanna. Michael was in 93, Rihanna was in 2023. Remember Rihanna was pregnant, gang? GNX has achieved record-breaking numbers, dominating platforms like Spotify and Apple Music, though exact current totals are not publicly specified in the sources. GNX, released in November 24, spent 3 weeks at #1 on Billboard and multiple Billboard Hot 100 hits. Okay? So, in summary, in the past 6 months, Kendrick Lamar has solidified his status as a cultural and commercial powerhouse, winning major awards, breaking historic Grammy and Super Bowl records, and maintaining strong streaming performances for GNX. His achievements reflect both critical acclaim and widespread audience engagement, reinforcing his influence in hip hop and popular music. So I want to say salute to K Dot, but gang, guess what? That's not all he has done. That is not all K Dot has done. As a rapper, especially from my era, you want to do more than just shine your light on yourself. You want to put others on, right? So that's what Dot is doing with his new company. Him and Dave Free. First of all, they got a movie that they're making with the guys that did Trey Parker and them, the guys that do South Park. They've had a movie in the making for a while, and the movie is in and out. You hear stuff about it here and there, but they got I think it's a comedy. So Kendrick and Scott, Dave Free are making a movie as well. They dropped Baby Keem's album. I don't know if you guys, most of you guys on this channel, you know Baby Keem. You like Baby Keem, right? Baby Keem is his cousin, right? Baby Keem dropped his album, Casino. I did a review of Casino. It is in my videos. If you go and check, you will see that I have a review. It's called I believe it's something like an old head reviews Baby Keem's Casino. And I talked about how I really have never listened to Keem like that, and Casino was my introduction to Keem. I had heard him before, right? I heard Keem before, heard him rap many times, but I had never sat with his music. Casino, I sat with it. That was a PGLang release, if I am not mistaken. And that thing was fire. I'm just going to be honest. That thing was cooking. He is it. This kid got it, gang. And so with that being said, that is Keem. That is K Dot putting his artist on. Okay. And that is his cousin, but it ain't no Nepo, in my opinion. Ain't no Nepo release. It is a kid that really loved this craft as well. His music is engaging, and he actually knows the craft and respects it. And he knows how to give you some substance, and he knows how to really play the game and be an artist, gang. So salute the baby Keem and salute the Dot, right? For putting out an artist. He didn't just give it to him. Keem has been putting in massive work for years. We've been seeing Keem become his own man, become very popular, right? And it's let me see if I missed any super chats, but becoming very popular and becoming very strong in this business, right? So salute the baby Keem. Now he didn't just stop there. I just told you he won all those awards. He ain't on Twitter geeking out every day. He ain't on Instagram taking selfies in the mirror doing the. He just doing the work, right? So he put out Keem, very successful tour. Keem tour sold out, I believe, in like what, like the same day it came out, if I'm not mistaken. So he got a really good artist. Now he got another artist. I don't know if you guys know about this, but this is a huge story, right? Imani Imani. Let's talk about this. Some of you already locked in. You already know what's going on. You already plugged in. You already understand that Imani Imani is Kendrick's new artist. Him and Dave Free put Imani Imani out, right? Her new album called Paper Cut. And they did not do any promo. And I know why they didn't do promo. And I'm gonna tell you why I think they did no promo for this album. I feel like it's so, first of all, they want Imani to bubble organically. Okay? When you first hear it, you think, why would a label put out an artist with zero promo? Right? You're going to say, who does that? Toy Toy said, been on repeat since Thursday. And I'm going to tell you why it makes sense. Because your knee-jerk reaction is, they ain't doing nothing for it, da-da-da. No. The way they're letting Imani bubble up and catch steam on her own is genius, because you got to understand, Kendrick's cultural cachet goes two ways. Kendrick cultural cachet, the people that like and rock with K. Dot, they are going to be extremely loyal to him. And when they find out this girl is on his team, they're going to run over there, hit the follow, hit the sub. They're going to play the record, right? And they're going to give her the love and respect she deserves if they like it. But the people that don't like Dot, if they start posting her stuff up and pushing her stuff, they are going to immediately start to hate on this girl who did nothing wrong. The same way they did Doechii. They're going to go into this girl's comments who did nothing wrong but just be an artist. A good artist too. The little bit I heard, this girl is good. And I'm going to finish the album. The little bit that I heard, I like. I'm a Sade fan. I like this kind of, you know what I mean? So the little bit that I heard, she's cooking. Okay? So end of the day, they put her out with zero promo, but guess what's going on? Organically, the word is out that Imani Imani is a PGLang artist, and she is cooking, and people are responding, and they are saying that she has a good album. So that's why they did what they did. In all metrics, it is insane to drop your artist with no promo, no mentions, no tweet. They announced her and dropped her music the exact same day, and people responded, but they didn't promote her as this is our artist, right? End of the day. So what's going on is she is becoming, it's going to be like a folklore thing. People are going to be talking about her in whispers like, yo, have you heard this girl? Da, da, da. I even sent it to a couple people without saying who she was. But I wanna get a little bit more information about her. Give me a second. Because I wanna see what's going on. Right? Let me read this article just so you'll have a little more info about Imani Imani, and we can understand what happened. All right. I hate using Bing. This thing it sucked to me. I got to do something else. Hold on. It absolutely drives me crazy because they don't do their searches right. Give me 2 seconds. All right, there we go. All right, so I want to talk about where they found her and how they signed her. Right. So Imani Imani was born Imani Ram. She's formerly known as Imani Selena. She's an alternative R&B singer songwriter and the first female signed to Kendrick Lamar and Dave East's creative imprint PGLang. On June 2nd, 2026, she made headlines across the music industry with the complete surprise rollout, quietly dropping her 11-track debut solo album Paper Cut without any prior promotion or announcements. Who is Imani Imani? She is a visionary Amsterdam-based creative who originally hails, excuse me, from a small town in the Netherlands. The PGLang signing. Though she officially joined the PGLang roster in secret back in 2024, the label spent 2 years quietly developing her artistry before introducing her to the public. So all that time through the battle and this, that, and the third, she was quietly just learning her craft and being groomed like labels used to do. Labels used to have departments that would they would groom you and show you how to be a good artist. They would teach you how to interview, teach you how to become the A&R departments, right? They used to teach you how to become a star. They would take their time. Artist and development department. They would develop you. Labels don't do that no more. Labels have gotten real lazy and cheap because they're firing more people and they're trying to get people who can quote unquote sell out the trunk. You got to be able to make your own money before they even talk to you. It's been like that since the 90s and it got worse now. They don't develop nobody. But K. Dot developed her and decided they were going to wait. They could have dropped her a long time ago and let her fail, like a lot of people do. Before her formal debut under her own name, her vocals were featured on unreleased Kendrick Lamar tracks called unreleased Kendrick Lamar track called "I Feel Something" during Chanel's 2024 the Spring Summer Haute Couture show in Paris. Her track "Snatch" also opened that same presentation. Her debut album "Paper Cut" has been widely praised by critics and fans for its smooth, immersive blend of alternative R&B and contemporary soul and the dreamy electronic pop elements. The entire album was primarily produced and co-written by her close collaborator Dutch producer Don Zinkon, alongside heavy-hitting contributions from legendary R&B figures James Fauntleroy and Sam Dew. The album's lead single was accompanied by her very first official music video for the track "Mind Games," directed by Kenya Williams and Neil Farmer. Okay, so that is PGLang's new artist. They developed her for 2 years, 2 years before they dropped her music and put her onto the world. Salute to PGLang. Salute to K. Dot doing his thing like you're supposed to. It's real. This is how you really do. When you say you're going to be an exec, not just a beat maker, you really get behind your artist and you develop him if you want him to succeed, right? If you want him to succeed, they didn't try to take her producer from her. They didn't try to change her. The producer straight up is a white guy from I believe they just said the Netherlands, right? So end of the day, did they say the Netherlands? He's Dutch. He's Dutch, and I believe he's in Amsterdam with her, I guess. They didn't try to change her, make her none. They took her exactly how she was, and they let her become who she is, and she is changing. People are following her, right? And it's small. It's a small. It's a slow build up, right? It is a slow build up. Let's just be honest, but uh, they are actually doing this the right way. Homebody said, if I was TDE, I would have changed her look. I'm not sure if y'all talking about something else in the comments. Y'all may be talking a whole different conversation in the comments, right? Cause I don't think she's on TDE though. Good morning, Clean Black said good morning to the moderators. Toy Toy said they're the only black label that is successful with successful roster talent. Are y'all talking about TDE? They must be talking about TDE. But PNG has a good roster. Keem is doing very well, and Imani will do very well. Like I said, they're slowly building her into. She's going to be strong. She is going to be strong, gang. Now, I do want to talk about this guy because this is a very, very strong story in hip hop today. And I do want to discuss this one because I've been following it, but not crazy. Not crazy. But this is a major story if you're in the underground hip hop, right? If you're in the underground hip hop, you know who this guy is, Westside Gunn. Conway the Machine, right? Just came out with the freestyle, rapping over Drake's beat, the free, right? And it went viral because in that freestyle, he started to say a few things and the word got back, right? It appears that Conway, there's a lot going on. There's rumors out there that Jay-Z got involved in the Griselda situation. If you don't know who Griselda is, that's Conway the Machine, Westside Gunn, Benny the Butcher, and others, right? And what the rumor is for a long time that Griselda is breaking up. I don't know if you guys know these guys, you saw that a few months ago, maybe a month ago, Conway the Machine was on stage and they had some pictures of him and the other guys. I believe Benny's his cousin, right? And Conway the Machine turned the pictures around of him and his team of the other guys from Griselda. It's not me making this up. This happened, right? And then said, okay, now we can start the show. That, guys, that caused a fervor of what is going on because that seemed a little shady, right? Conway literally was making a statement because he didn't want to start rapping until he turned the other guys' pictures around. We've been hearing that the Griselda team, which is really all family, that they are in trouble, right? We've been hearing that for a while. Now it's come out. Westside Gunn has responded. Let me read this article. And we're going to have this conversation about Conway, Benny the Butcher, and Westside Gunn, right? O just said Benny his cousin and Gunn is his brother. All right. So Gunn is Westside's. I'm sorry, Conway's brother. Okay, so let's get this going to this story. Let's have this conversation. We're gonna talk about it because we all been talking about Griselda breaking up forever, gang. Let's have this conversation. So, this is what happened when they said that Jay-Z intervened and Westside ignored him. Well, Westside is coming back with his own side of the story. So let me read this. Westside Gunn denies the rumors about Jay-Z's advice causing a rift in Griselda by Gabriel Braz Navarez for hotnewhiphop.com. Recent verses from Benny the Butcher and Conway the Machine, plus Malls, Jay-Z and Griselda claims, have put Westside Gunn under scrutiny. Ever since Griselda blew up, there have always been rumors about internal rifts and issues that its members have dismissed overall. But Maul of the Rory and Maul show recently claimed Jay-Z allegedly advised Westside Gunn about how to give Conway the Machine and Benny the Butcher equity in the label. As such, these questions are popping back up again. On the new Rory and Maul podcast, the latter claimed Hove told Gunn to give Conway and Benny a 10% equity, 5% each in Griselda Records, which I don't know why he wouldn't. Right? Let me just say that for the record. On record, I don't know why he wouldn't do that. They really a big part of this gang. I don't know if we have a Griselda. They probably should get more, be honest. But I don't know if we have Griselda if these guys aren't a part of it. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think we have Griselda if Benny and Conway are not a part of it. But let me continue. This supposedly said, a 5% equity, 5% each in Griselda Records, which Westside allegedly refused. This is according to Maul. This supposedly caused a rift between the group, and recent verses from Benny and Conway, specifically his Make Them Pay freestyle, seem to allegedly reference this tension, right? So let me get that out of here. So this is part of what's going on because they both did freestyles about it. I heard them both. All right. However, Westside Gunn denied this on Twitter. Quote, everybody want to go viral so bad, shit's disgusting. I'm honestly surprised that this is a thing. Going viral is never in my thoughts. I spoke to Con and Benny today. Maul responded to Gunn. They also had an Instagram exchange that reciprocated the same energy. I don't know why they wrote Maul responded to Gunn right there. That was supposedly Gunn responded to Maul, and they wrote it backwards. These articles, they be sometimes you gotta proofread this shit. They also had an Instagram exchange that reciprocated the same energy. So apparently they all on the same page and they kicking it. If they family gang, they gotta still be family at the end of the day. Even though they can have an internal riff and still kick it on Instagram. So we can't say just because they exchange words on Instagram that they ain't mad at each other. All right, let me continue. Still, it is unclear whether Westside is calling cap on the riff itself or the claims about the equity offer. Maybe they will all address this soon, but it seems like fans are already picking sides. Based on that freestyle, I think that did happen. Because Conway says something to the effect of breaking bread. You ain't want to break bread. You ain't want to cut the check, or something to the effect where he kind of confirmed that there was a moment where Westside did not want to do business with him, right? They kind of are alluding to Westside being a little bit greedy, gang. And to me, and I get it, people want to keep Westside might be looking at it like I built this myself. They say a lot of times that they wouldn't even rap. This is what they say, that they wouldn't even be rapping if it wasn't for Westside, right? So they do. He may be looking at it like you guys wouldn't even be rapping. I built this myself. I put you two on. Now, he's wrong because I'm just going to keep it a buck. No Benny, no Conway. It ain't no conversation. I'm just going to be honest. Westside does his thing, this, that, and the third, but ain't no Griselda movement without them two guys. And at this point, they've earned enough to get it back. Now, he may be saying, listen, you guys have solo projects. You have your own labels. I got my label. This mine, that's yours. When I contract you out for work, you come and do verses, and then you go back home. That's what he could be. I'm just telling you how he could be looking at it. To me, though, if there's always this little air and this little bitching in the air about, yo, this, that, there's always these little swipes that they be swinging, right? Let's just be honest. If he wants to keep them happy, at this point, it's too much on the line to have them irritated every Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? 5% is a lot, but it's really not a lot in the scheme of things when they're part of the the legacy of this label being what it is. I don't understand how Westside could look at this as something that is too much. It's not too much. I think they should get 10% each. I'm gonna be honest. And if Hov said 10%, he probably meant 10 each, not no 5 and 5, right? But let me continue because I think it's a little more to this. It's still unclear whether Westside is calling cap on the riff itself or the claims about the equity offer. Maybe they will all address this soon, but it seems like fans are already picking sides. Another important factor to consider is how Griselda is still releasing music together, even if they all have their own rosters and groups to handle right now. Of course, this doesn't automatically indicate the best of goodwill, but it's definitely a promising indication that things will remain cool between his three biggest artists. Now, I don't even say that he's saying it ain't happened. He just said he's surprised that this is a thing, right? He said, I spoke to Khan and Benny today. That's not saying he didn't deny giving them 10%. So he's really not denying anything. He just said, I spoke to them today. This is disgusting. They want to go viral. But he didn't say I gave him 10 or you know what I'm saying, this ain't happened. So we don't know. Westside Gunn, Conway the Machine, and Benny the Butcher's dynamic has always been under scrutiny, but they have dismissed many previous rumors about there being a conflict. Disagreements and personal motives will always get in the way, but as long as respect is there, they can celebrate each other's separate growths. Perhaps Jay-Z will step in to clarify this one day, or Maul will come through with more information. Either way, fans are hoping Gunn, Conway, and Benny can explain this themselves. In any case, we doubt we won't hear collaborations between them in the near and distant future. Yeah, they're going to keep rapping together. They family. They get together on holidays. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, they're still going to do their thing, right? Let me see what the comments is. Uja said Griselda Records' initial purpose was to promote the fashion side of GXFR. West also held it down after Conway's shooting. Just some context, right? So he did. And he made it what it is. Let's just be honest. He kept working and this, that, and the third. But that was a long time ago. And that Griselda thing was built on them going to them stations, doing them freestyles, them doing those mixtapes, them doing those records with all of them, not just Gunn. Let's just be honest. And that movement, right? Who was the first person on Flex? I believe it was Conway that got on Funk Flex the first. And I think that Benny was one of the ones holding it down when it, you know, when it was his turn. So they all contributed to the name. Now, like I said, maybe Gunn looking at it like, this is my label. This is my label. I didn't piggyback off nobody. I built this. I held it down, right? So end of the day, right? Me love James. I keep saying Millview. Me love James, right? Says, yeah, he petty for that, right? So I believe Westside Gunn needs to reconsider that. But if they're not asking, then they're not asking either. So, you know what I mean? It may got back to them what he said, if Hov even said this. But Hov does get involved in the gang. Let's be honest. Hov does. People reach out to Hov. You saw Stove God Cooks publicly ask Hov to get him out of his deal. And Hov called him and asked him, what did he need, right? Hov always helps. And so maybe when Hov got wind of this thing, right, he went and decided to give advice. He's always giving advice. Benny has said Hov gave him advice. All of these guys have said in some way or another, Hov has given them advice. So we can't even act like he wouldn't have said this. So that's why it's so intriguing, because we know guys look up to Hov like a god because he's done what he's done in this business. And we do know that he responds. So that's why the story is plausible, right? Stove God Cook said he reached out to Hov with his deal with who was his label? Stove God Cooks had an issue with his label, right? And he apparently reached out to Jay. Let me look that up, because that's part of the story. Is interesting too. And he spoke on it, right? And he said that pretty much Hove stepped in, helped him out, right? It says right here, Hove, it says he's done being quiet about his situation. He's asking for help from one of hip hop's power players. The Syracuse-born rapper recently jumped on Instagram and took the story with a direct message for Jay-Z. He wrote, "Yo, Hove gonna get," he said, "Hove got me out this shit." A post that immediately started making the rounds online. The plea, he said, "Hove, get me out this shit." The plea comes as fans continue to wonder why Stove God hasn't released a new album in years. His last full-length project, Reasonable Drought, dropped back in 2020 and quickly became a cult favorite. It was praised for his gritty storytelling and stellar production. Since then, there's been plenty of anticipation, but no follow-up album. You guys heard Stove God Cooks on that, one of the best songs on the Clips project, right? So you know who he is, you know what he can do. He released a couple singles, including El Pueblo and Goat Stamp, which fans were surprised and excited about since they were unexpected releases. However, according to speculations, the delay has less to do with creativity and more to do with business. Stove God is said to still be tied to Baby Grand Records, and the deal appears to be holding up his ability to release new solo music. While he stayed visible throughout standout guest verses and close ties with Westside Gunn and the Griselda Camp, fans have been vocal about wanting a proper album release. So what I know about this is that apparently he's not, the deal isn't bad. Apparently, if I'm not mistaken, and you could correct me in the comments, Stove God just fell out of love with the people at the label. It's not that he's in a bad deal, right? It's that something's going on with him and Baby Grand. And I think Hove stepped in and they were talking, but I think it was that the deal's not bad. It's just that Stove God he just wants out of the people around and that's involved. So that's not a thing that's not something where Hove can really, you know what I mean? If it's a bad deal, then I guess we could talk. But apparently Stove God just, I think he's not jiving. Something's off with what's going on with them personally with him. So I don't know, but Hove does give advice, so it's very plausible that he did say something, and it's plausible that Westside Gunn said no. Me looking at the situation of Westside Gunn. Now, why he would say no is another question, and why he wouldn't want to look out for his brothers and his family and throw him 5%. Man, listen, with these rich guys, these guys that got a lot of money, gang. That money really, they really careful. They don't like throwing around money. They don't like giving out percentages. Because that means now they checking your books, this, that, and the third. So you probably looking at it like, I'm not gonna have you audited me. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on with this situation. So it could be anything, right? So it could be anything that spawns him to say, okay, I'm good on giving my cousin and my brother, right, any money from this label. So it could be really anything, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. Uh Who just said Steve tried to run off on the plug. He publicly did try to run off, and I don't know what creative differences they got, but Stove God is not feeling these guys for this reason, that reason, or the third. I don't know what is going on, right? But listen, man, this was just a good episode to me. I like just talking about the good things, right? Dot doing big things, doing big numbers. He's putting his footprint in hip hop like he's supposed to. The same way Nas is doing. Nas has Nas has his label and mass appeal. Nas does everything culture related. He never ever tries to what do you say? Do you say anything nice about Drake? Is that the real question? Do I have to say anything nice about Drake? First of all, the record is going #1 for a third week straight. Congrats. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can I say that? All right, boy from the six. Salute. Appreciate you being in the chat. It's okay. That's okay. I respect that he got a record that's doing well. All right. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I wasn't even talking about him. I wasn't saying nothing about him, nothing bad or good. But salute. Let me see. The Journey, they've been at it for a minute now. That's a fact. Let me see. They not got the Longhorn for a minute. Oh, the speech to text. You going speech to text and it's messing you up. What else we got going on? All right, man. Listen, another morning, another show. I'm here. I did my job, I believe, right? We talked about Dot. We talked about Imani Imani. If you haven't heard Imani Imani, go out, pick that up, check that album out. I feel like what I have heard, I'm probably going to listen to the rest of it. I got a road trip coming up. I'm probably going to take a road trip tomorrow, and I'm going to put on the Imani Imani and let that ride. I haven't finished it, but what I heard is good. Salute to them for doing this the right way, right? They're doing this the homegrown way, and some people are not going to understand, right? Couch Potato said, Yoey Q said this morning, PGLang and Project 3 are working with Jack Dorsey on a Cash App campaign, including Dochi. Okay. Okay. All right. So end of the day, right? Tiff said, Charles, see how they just bring up Drake when he's not even a topic, and then they call me crazy when I go in on the dude. So yeah, so yesterday was crazy, gang. I had a lot of people. Sometimes I do stuff just to do it. And I told you, I can just now, it's to the point where I don't even gotta really try to troll, gang. I can write anything, and these guys coming in my shit. I'm just gonna be honest, gang. Right now, it's a social experiment. Yesterday, I think I posted I do it every day just to do it. Just to watch him crumble and scramble and da da da. So I told you I don't even gotta say this guy's name, but you know who I'm talking about, right? So I know this was a troll, 100% troll, but it is what it is. I wrote I said releasing I said dropping ice in the summertime was a mistake. It's already starting to melt. That's all I said. I didn't say Drake's stand, I didn't say Iceman Gang, 70,000 views. Last I looked, 100 comments, da da da. I didn't even say this guy's name, but I get it. That was a troll. But this is what they want. They need something. They need a bad guy. So I have fun laughing at these guys. So then the other day I wrote it's funny. It's funny to me. I find it hilarious. I said your reign at the top was shorter than leprechauns, right? I could be talking about a little league team playing baseball. I could be talking about my niece's soccer team. I could be talking about anything, gang. I literally could be talking about anything. I said your reign on the top was shorter than leprechauns. Quotation, end quote. They came in my comments. No, K-Dot's reign. Then half of them telling me, you supposed to be hip-hop, you don't even know Biggie's verse. You quoting Biggie wrong, and you supposed to be a hip-hop head. Stop saying you so hip-hop, B. If you gonna quote the man, quote it right. Oh yeah, they was belligerent. I said, so, okay, so, I said it wrong. So I said Biggie's verse wrong. So I'm an uninformed, I'm a fake hip hopper because I didn't say your reign at the top was short like a leprechaun. Something Biggie said it more like, he didn't say shorter, he said short like leprechauns. Well, Jay-Z said the way I said it. So I Googled your reign at the top was shorter than leprechauns, which Jay-Z was using Biggie's lyrics, but he said it different. They don't know that. So they went in my comments, right? Start hitting me over the head with rubber hammers and rubber mallets and inflatable hammers, bang bang, just on some cartoon shit, right? All in the head, bang bang bang. So I just screenshot that because I wasn't quoting Biggie, I was quoting Jay-Z, who was the topic at the time. And I wrote and I showed them that I said, because I don't really respond to these niggas too much, but sometimes you gotta pop out and tell these niggas. I said, don't ever question my intentions, my guy. Because I wasn't quoting Biggie. Oh, they was belligerent about this, but these crickets when I responded. Jay-Z said your reign at the top was shorter than leprechauns. I could have been talking about anybody, but it hit dog holler, right? They came out the woodwork. Yo, it's still number one for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Talk about that. I told you I don't even got to say this guy's name, and you just saw a homeboy in the chat. But they love me, gang. This is what it is. They love me. I'm entertaining. They still watch me anyway. Gang. You got to understand. Salute to DeFran. Gang, DeFran he's a new Drake content creator. He just did a breakdown video of me yesterday. He used my clip in the car, Challz clip. Challz in the car. I came back, like Jordan wearing the 4-5, and I started talking about those other 2 Drake albums that's flop. He clipped me up and made a whole video, right? It's all love. I'm having fun with these guys. Salute to DeFran, salute to Joe Roebuck, and salute to whoever else, right? But he clipped me up and responded to my entire video. They love me though, gang. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They get in the comments, they say all this crazy shit, but then they watch me, right? They watch me. And they try to catch me and try to get you gotcha moments. But when I watched the friend's video, I put under the video, first I said, bro, you spelled desperation wrong. Because in his title, he was talking, he said these anti-Drake narratives reek of desperation, some shit like that. And the word desperation was spelled wrong. I was helping him out. I said, bro, you spelled it wrong, gang. And then I wrote another comment and I left it at that because I'm not mad. I like this. This is what it is. This is the game I play. This is the game I'm in, gang. So I said, I watched the whole video and I said, really what you did, you never said anything I said was wrong. You just gave reasons why it was what it was, right? He made reasons and softened the blow. He said, well, anybody knows when you drop 3 albums, 2 of them are going, that's not the point, my guy. We're not going to sit here and make excuses. My whole video was that you guys keep bragging about the 1 album that's doing well. You never talk about the 2 that's doing crickets, the 2 that flopped within 24 hours. You don't talk about those, but you made sure to let us know he broke history when he went 1, 2, and 3, right? When he went number 1, number 2, and number 3. That shit was all over my timeline. But then when them 2 things fell off like rocket boosters, right? When they fell off the charts, they don't want to talk about it no more. And now they want to make excuses. I said, nah. We're not gonna sit here because they've been on my ass all week talking about a 3rd week in a row, Challz. You ain't gonna talk about that. Jay Roebuck went on my Twitter and said, 3rd week in a row, Challz. I don't hear that. He said he literally said, I must have missed that coverage, right? You ain't talking about Drake's 3rd week in a row. So I said, okay, so we're gonna talk about this. And I did a video. I said, yeah, we're gonna talk about Drake going 3rd week in a row, and we're gonna talk about them 2 flops that came with him that they dragging along, right? Like what was her name in Walking Dead, right? Rick and what's her name? I can't remember her name right now. It's gonna come to me. Michonne, when Michonne was dragging them 2 walkers, they was supposed to be her 2 brothers. She was dragging them walkers chained up. Okay, he's dragging them 2 albums like Michonne's 2 dead Walker brothers. Okay, so we don't want to talk about that, but I will. You're going to press me to talk about 3 weeks. So then we're going to talk about them 2 duds with no hits on them too. Okay, end of the day. It is what it is, man. Listen, I try to keep it Drake free. Drake fan came into the comments and told me, say something nice about Drake. I said it. Okay, are we done here? Right? Are we done? End of the day, man. I appreciate you guys watching. It was fun. Another great morning. Right? Had a great morning with you guys. I'm going to do one tomorrow. I don't know about Wednesday. I might be on the road. I'm figuring out what I'm going to do. I just hit vacation this week. So anytime you see me on here this morning, and if I can't be here, I might record something for you guys. But anything could happen, right? Anything could happen. But I'm 100% most likely there will be a morning show tomorrow. And I'm trying to do one every day this week. I'm going to figure out a way to do it. We're going to see what happens. But I appreciate you guys watching. Listen, man, the takeaway today is K-Dot is not out here doing this the wrong way. He's doing it the right way, okay? So we're going to keep it pushing. I appreciate you guys in the chat. Listen, every Wednesday night, live on the What Show, me, TJ, and Fliz, 9:15, 9:30. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. I got a Patreon. Challz Brown on Patreon. You can join as a free member. You can get in there and see stuff. I post a lot of stuff that you can watch, and I also do stuff for subscribers. Also, Tomato Man is happening, gang. I'm gonna start posting it again. I'm gonna bring that back up. That's a comic book we're working on with the Tomato Man. It's Iceman versus Tomato Man. They fight. They're in a lifelong battle with themselves, and they have lore and everything. That thing's happening, gang. It's going to be amazing, right? And one day we might even get Drake to do the voiceover for the cartoon. Who knows? Anything can happen, gang. And last but not least, the project, the What Project, me, TJ, and Fliz, we got a project. It's on all streaming platforms. We got a video called Peanut Butter Tim's, right? If you haven't seen it, go on my videos, search for Peanut Butter Tim's. They look like Skechers, right? They look like the Skechers, right? So, gang, this one was wild, man. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. And listen, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take you out with the video. But yeah, I'll be here tomorrow, man. I salute. I hope I didn't forget to. Did I say everything? Yeah, man, that's it. I'm out of here, and I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip. Look at the tomatoes in the chat. Tomato man is coming, gang. Peace.
I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window. I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too. Slide your feet over. Everything by this window. I need this. All these seats. Move over. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Look. He deserve a EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections throughout your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on